So you've retired from the practice of medicine, but now you're interested in coming back, either to fill in for a friend, to work part-time, or maybe to return to full-time practice again. What are your options for malpractice insurance? What should you be looking for in a new policy? And what happens to that free tail that you earned before? In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to return to medicine after retirement and what you should do about your Medmal coverage. Stay tuned. Welcome to Malpractice Insights, the show dedicated to helping healthcare professionals understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. My name is Jennifer Wiggins, CEO of Aegis Malpractice Solutions, and I'm so glad you've joined us today. All right, let's jump in. So, you're thinking about coming back to the practice of medicine. Where should you start? Well, when it comes to your malpractice coverage, the first thing you need to do is to go back and check your previous policy information. What kind of policy did you have before? The answer to this question will help dictate your coverage options going forward. If you had an occurrence policy, you're good to go. Occurrence coverage triggers based on when the incident actually occurred, so you're already insured for all of your prior work. And occurrence coverage doesn't need tail insurance, so when you retired previously, that wasn't an issue for you. If you had a claims-made policy before, you'll need to do a little more digging. Claims-made coverage triggers based upon when the claim is made, or the actual date that you get sued. So after you cancel a claims-made policy, you must secure tail insurance in order to have coverage going forward for the work that you did in the past. There are 3 ways that retiring doctors typically get their tail insurance. The first way is that their group bought it for them, or it was provided through their employment agreement. Large health networks and self-insured entities often cover the cost of tail for their departing physicians. So if this was your situation when you retired, then you're all set to go. You can start fresh with a brand new policy of your choice going forward. The second way that retiring doctors typically get tail insurance is that they purchase it on their own, or they prepaid for it through an enhanced claims-made policy. Some of the more sophisticated claims-made insurance policies offer the ability to prepay for your tail. Essentially, you just pay a little more for your premium each year, and in exchange, you earn a free tail when you retired. If this was your situation when you retired, then you're all set. You can start fresh with a brand new policy of your choice going forward, too. But this type of free tail is different from the one that we'll talk about next. And that brings us to our third way that retiring doctors typically get tail insurance, and that is through the free tail retirement endorsement. Nearly all malpractice insurance carriers offer free tail to doctors in the event of death, disability, or retirement. When it comes to retiring physicians, your insurance carrier will give you free tail if you are fully retiring from the practice of medicine. Most companies will hold a pretty firm line, though, to ensure that you are fully retiring and not simply retiring from your current employment to go work somewhere else. But the stipulation with free retirement tail is that it can only be issued once. So, if this was your situation before and you earned a free tail for retiring, you won't be able to get a free retirement tail a second time. This means that you need to be cognizant of tail insurance costs when you're comparing your options for new coverage going forward. You'll either need to buy an occurrence policy this time or buy a claims-made policy with a standard tail. So now that we've identified what kind of policy you had before, we can start exploring new coverage options as you re-enter the field of medicine. Most retired physicians aren't looking to get back into full-time practice, but if you are, you can purchase a standard full-time insurance policy just like you did previously. If you're only going to be working part-time or simply covering for a colleague or filling in at your old practice, there are 2 other, more cost-effective ways to buy your malpractice coverage. The first option is to purchase a part-time policy. Part-time insurance policies are issued for a full year, just like traditional policies are, but they are discounted to account for the limited number of hours worked. Most insurance companies have 2 tiers of part-time credits available. If you'll only be working 20 hours or less a week, you'll earn a discount of approximately 30%. If you're going to be working 10 hours or less a week, you'll earn a discount of approximately 50%. Part-time policies are a great way to maintain coverage at a more affordable rate. It allows you to work where you want, when you want, and it gives you the peace of mind if you need to be able to help out with family and friends, or write a script for your neighbor, or help out in the community. The second option for coverage is to purchase a short-term policy. Short-term policies are helpful if you're only going to be working for a limited amount of time. For example, if your former employer wanted you to come back to fill in for a doctor that's going on maternity leave, you would only need to have insurance for the 3 or 4 months that she's out. So we typically recommend occurrence coverage for short-term policies, so you don't have to worry about buying the tail at the end of your assignment. It's very common to see retired physicians returning to the practice of medicine in some limited form after they've hung up their coat. If you find yourself in this situation, talk to a knowledgeable malpractice insurance agent to help you figure out which coverage option is right for you. If you have any questions on this topic or you want to make sure that you're covered appropriately, click the link in the description box below where you can connect with us via phone, email, or chat today. And if you're listening, please visit us online at aegismalpractice.com. That's AEGIS malpractice.com. And don't forget to give us a like and please leave a review. Your feedback and support really does help us to reach more people, and we're so grateful for your clicks and your kind words. This is Jennifer Wiggins. Thanks for joining us.